and welcome to Season 2, Episode 6, to dive into the ACOTAR series. The sisters were not given up by Tamlin, or Spring, Ianthe, and the Mortal Queens, or specifically the Mortal Queens, because, they were literally in their house. Cassian broke his vow to always be protecting them, because then he immediately went back to Maas. So I don't like him. He is an oathbreaker. Elaine has the mate Lucian. We see it go together pretty recently because he was acting up a bit. I would say Cassian was acting a little bit too when Nessa was screaming, but Lucian immediately was kind of like focused in on Elaine, and then as soon as she was like spat out, he immediately was like, that's my mate. So we get to see it in action, him finding his mate. So I think that's probably the clearest that is a mate that we've gotten so far. Nesta, what I find very interesting is I think we're gonna have a boss fight between Nesta and the High King of Fairy. No, okay. What is this? Cassandra Clare? High King of Highbone. It's just the King of Highbone. I don't know why I'm saying high. I think it's because of the High Lords. So the King of Highbone, Nesta boss fight, because even he was like, actually, maybe I shouldn't have. Too late now. We'll see what happens. So we have that. If we're looking at the inner court, we have someone who is perceived as a Lyle from the human, the one who knows her, or who knew her longer than Feyre, and is a I don't like you person, so we know they're not saying this just to say it. And if you say your power is truth, but no one takes that as truth, and that's not enough for the Mortal Queens to be like, of course. But also, we have the Truth Fairy, so how's your... Okay. How about we go to the Sorial, we see if your power is truth, and then we'll go from there. But, like the same thing of being like, the highest High Lord, High Magic, best magic, I am the High Lord. That's what I get. Okay, sure. I don't necessarily think that, especially if she's not very blunt. She doesn't usually. I think the inner court is a court of liars, deceivers, okay with clues, and okay with poor treatment, because they get to treat other people poorly. So in their mind, they get to treat. Because they were treated poorly at one point, they can treat everyone else poorly. That's what it is. So I think that we have a morally corrupt court. So characterization doesn't match. It kind of does, because we have two more things. We will do that in another video. So it kind of does match, because Feyre thinks of them, the inner court, to be bad, except for Rhys, which is a mischaracterization, because again, either he could, and he does not have magic, and he's treating people poorly, the absolute magic, absolute power, or not. So, High Lord or not, which one is it? I don't know. And there is a possibility of some people saying, we'll have you just consider she's a bad author. I would suggest you go to Before the Dive, which in this we are not discussing anything about the actual author, so that could be her intent. So while I understand that she did do an interview pretty recently on the Call Her Daddy podcast, that has no weight at all in what we are doing. We are looking solely at the book itself.